Welcome back to Mountain Connections. Well, summer is here, and after a previous year of people not getting out and traveling very much, many individuals are planning big vacations, and Airbnb plays an important role in that. What do you need to know if you're planning to stay at an Airbnb or if you want to be a host? Let's find out right now.
Pandemic restrictions are gradually lifting, and travel is looking different. In fact, a recent report by Airbnb indicates this travel rebound is not a temporary reaction to these many months of restrictions and isolation. Joining us now to discuss major shifts in how people are traveling and how Airbnb is meeting travelers' new needs is the communications leads for North America at Airbnb, Liz DeBold Fusco. Liz, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
With summer now here, it's underway. What will travel look like in the coming months?
Yeah, after a year of isolation, we believe this summer is going to be the biggest travel rebound in a century. But amidst this massive travel surge, we also know that the pandemic has created a major shift in how people are traveling. Actually, the biggest change in travel since World War II. Specifically, the lines between traveling, living, and working, they're all blurring. People are more flexible over when they can travel, especially as remote working upends traditional seasonality. People are traveling to much more diverse destinations, think small towns and more rural areas. And people are staying longer in places, especially because they can work from anywhere.
And what are some new travel trends that Airbnb is seeing right now?
To start, the most popular type of travel this summer is families flocking to remote destinations from the big cities. In fact, family travel on Airbnb has spiked from 27% of overall nights booked in the summer of 2019 to over a third in the summer of 2021. And of that family travel, 42% of the nights booked are in rural destinations. You know, this great escape to rural, as I'm calling it, it's a trend that we're seeing across all groups and all locations. Based on U.S. guest bookings, rural stays near national and state parks, the Great Lakes, those white sand beaches, they're all trending this summer, including destinations like South County, Rhode Island, Whitefish Mountain in Montana, and the Florida Panhandle. But while rural destinations are hot this summer, travelers are starting to return to cities, but for longer periods of time. So if you're going to New York City, for instance, this summer, you're probably going to stay for a month or more, and you're going to use that as an opportunity to really live on Airbnb and experience New York for an extended period of time.
And given this travel surge and the new trends you mentioned, how is Airbnb improving the travel experiences?
Yes, we have introduced over 100 upgrades across every aspect of our service to meet the coming demand and this fundamental shift in travel. One of the biggest top to bottom upgrades of the Airbnb service in years. And thanks to these upgrades, it's going to be easier to find a place to stay. We've really built a better guest experience around flexibility, which is something we know travelers want. So for instance, guests with flexible dates can find more listings in their preferred location. With our new flexible dates tool, you don't have to put in specific dates. You can search for any weekend that you want to go away in June, for instance, and see a lot more options. And the other thing we've done is improved our community support ahead of the coming demand. We've doubled the number of support agents to be faster and more responsive, and we've tripled the number of languages we provide support in, along with redesigning our help center.
And hosts have been playing a major role in this rebound. What can you tell us about that?
Yes, hosting, it's become clear in this past year, hosting is an economic lifeline. According to our latest global survey of our host community, because of the pandemic, 1/3 of homes hosts personally suffered a pay cut or lost work hours in 2020 or lived with someone who did. And at that same time, the average host around the world has earned $9,600 this past year from sharing their home on Airbnb. And I mean, that's 7 times the size of a typical U.S. stimulus check. So given all of this and given the coming demand, it is a huge opportunity for anyone who has the space to share this summer. And thanks to those product upgrades I mentioned, it's actually never been easier to host. We've launched a brand new simplified onboarding process. So you can now become a host in just 10 easy steps. Really, it only takes about 10 minutes for you to list your space on Airbnb and start earning that extra income.
This is all such interesting information. Where can we find out more?
Yeah, so you can always go to Airbnb.com to start planning that summer vacation. Or if you're looking to tap into that demand and share your space and want to maybe become an Airbnb host yourself, you can go to Airbnb.com/host.
Well, thank you so much, Liz. Looking forward to spending time with an Airbnb this summer, and I hope you have a great time traveling. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.